This is the only part of the footage filmed by the team of the underwater director Henry Borse in 1964 that I can show you. The rest of the video is just going to be censored by YouTube for being too bloody. The man attacked by the shark was the director himself. He was diving near Lady Julia Percy Island to videotape seals for his movie, but instead he encountered a cold-blooded predator. When Henry's colleagues rushed to his rescue and got the victim out of the water, they noticed that the shark had chewed off his leg. However, such instances don't stop anyone. In 2014, a giant shark attacked a South African submarine. Fortunately, the predator didn't get to the team, who were just observing whales. Yet sometimes humans consciously approach wild animals. They hunt grizzly bears, train orcas, rescue snakes, and adopt hippopotamuses as pets. But very often, their confidence in successfully taming the dangerous animals ends in death. So, who of us is most likely to fall prey to a predator? Even if I get eaten by a shark or croc, the main thing I want is that it be filmed. If I died, I would be sad if no one got it on tape. These words are about the most famous TV naturalist, Steve Irwin. There's no way you haven't seen him. He's the fearless blonde, khaki-clad hero who tells us about dangerous fauna and keeps shouting, "Crikey!" Irwin was nicknamed the Crocodile Hunter, but in actuality, he saved animals, was a co-owner of the Australian Zoo, and founded a nature conservation foundation called Wildlife Warriors Worldwide. Numerous parks, zoos, streets, a ship called M.Y. Steve Irwin, a snail species called Crikey Steve Irwini, and even an asteroid 57567 Crikey have all been named after him. It's a shame, though, that you can't explain to a wild animal that you're a world-famous ecologist, and you're not going to harm it. On September 4th, 2006, Steve set off to the Great Barrier Reef to record some footage with a deadly tiger shark for a documentary series called Ocean's Deadliest. Irwin dived and spent quite a long time in the water, but so far hasn't managed to track down the shark. Suddenly, he noticed a 2.5-meter stingray and decided to videotape it. The footage was a great fit for another project called Bindi the Jungle Girl. The TV show featured his daughter, who decided to follow in her father's footsteps. In the show, she was supposed to tell other kids about wild animals, so Irwin wanted to help her with the video. The TV presenter held the stingray in his arms. He thought there was nothing to fear since stingrays pose almost no threat to humans. Most experts indeed view stingrays as docile creatures who attack very rarely and only in self-defense. Most injuries from the bites of the species are localized in the area of ankles and shins, and happen when a person inadvertently steps on a stingray that has buried itself in the sand. When Steve raised the stingray in front of the camera to get a close-up of the creature, the animal probably felt trapped and stung the TV presenter. Despite being very painful, stingray poison is usually not deadly. For a minute, the cameraman, Justin Lyons, panicked but continued filming. Irwin and his crew had an arrangement. If after an animal attack, which is a fairly frequent occurrence in his line of work, the presenter's physical condition deteriorated, he would give his crew a sign. If there's no sign, there's no need to stop the work process. So having filmed the stingray, the cameraman and Irwin returned to the boat, where it became clear that the presenter was having trouble breathing. As it turned out, the stingray had injected its poison right into Steve's chest, exactly where his heart was. It had never happened to anyone before. Because the stingray had hit a critically important organ, Irwin could not be saved. The fans were shocked by the fact that, despite having worked with highly dangerous animals for his entire life, their idol died from an ordinary stingray injury. Of course, everyone wanted to see Justin's sensational footage, especially since Irwin himself would have wanted this. Nevertheless, Discovery Communications, the network that had facilitated Irwin's career, stated the video can never be shown on television. After the investigation, all copies of the footage were destroyed, except for one, which, as noted in the official statement, was given to Irwin's wife, Terry. Rumor has it that she also destroyed the tape without even watching it. Although there is a low-quality video circulating online called Steve Irwin Last Minute Video, it's unknown whether the footage is real. The ecologist's death became a great tragedy, but we can't say it